Hello everybody and welcome back to Mr. Bravo's workshop. Yesterday we finished putting the hull together. Now I was up nice and early this morning trying to get stuck into this, and it's kind of 5:30 in the evening and I still haven't been able to get to it yet. I've been editing all day long on the engine rebuild and doing other bits and pieces, and finally I've got a few minutes to myself. So let's talk about this plan for 1 minute and how we're going to tackle this ship. I've already put some thought into this, and I am going to do it slightly different than the other one I just did. Only because we had some trouble with the painting, and I'm going to try and make the painting a little easier this time. But we are doing full camo, so we want this one to look just as good as the other one. Okay, so why am I mentioning this now? Well, just like the last time, when I put the props and that on, and it's got the undercoat on here, it kind of has a really nice bite into it once once it's already undercoated. So plus they're easily knocked off, and we want to do a bit of work on this hull anyway. So of course we're not going to put these on. And we're not putting the floor on just yet either, even though it probably says to do so. So yeah, let's go on to the next page. I was just having a quick look at this, and I'm doing this in real time just like you guys. I can't remember photo etch in this kit, but it does say this PE here. So maybe there is some photo etch. I do remember these though. I mean, gee, they were a pain. So what do we got here? Looks like a whole bunch of little stuff, which is really to do with the floor. And I think, if I remember correctly, let's get the color plan out just for 1 second. Here we go, and I want to zoom in because obviously we have to have some sort of direction when we do this. So let's write in, and yeah, this is the one that I wanted. Now, you can see that predominantly there's a lot of light stuff in here, whereas the last time we did a lot of dark stuff. So we kind of flipped this ship around a little bit, and what we did in black, we're probably going to do really in the, it does look like the white. Now, I did look very carefully at all these colors, and let me just see if I can give you a better picture on that as well without the shading. There we go. There's kind of like, how many different colors is there? Let's hang on to this for 1 second. Let's try and keep that in that light there. It's probably a little too close. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I noticed this light's playing up a little bit, the one just here. So we've got this most definite white, which is throughout the ship here. Which I haven't gone and got the colors yet. The colors are technically here, so they're not hard to go get. I did question this color here and this color up against this color, and more so this color. There goes that light again. Which one is failing here? It's flickering. Okay. Right, so this I believe is some sort of shadow, which is technically this color, and it could be this color too. Yeah, how many colors are on here? So, got the white, we've got the light blue, we've got the dark grey, and possibly an even darker one. This is a bit of a question mark, this one. What about the other side of the ship? Is that more clearer? Aha, this is probably where I originally found it, yeah. So we got the white, we've got the blue, and we've got this colour here, which, to follow camouflage properly, is technically this colour coming down onto this ship. So you've got to kind of follow these, but with a little bit of grain of salt. So let's go with, there's a dark grey. Let's see, that's a dark grey on this side here too. Sorry, you can't see that properly there. And again, I think it's some sort of shadowing or something like that. I'd like to find another photo, and actually I'm going to have to do some more research on this just to double check. But right now it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 3 colours. We did have 1, 2, 3 up there. And I want to double check this dark colour on this floor, if that's the same as this one here. It's not. So this one says H333, and this one is H333 is here, which is extra dark grey, extra dark sea grey in Mr. Hobby. And here's the other question too. Which colour paints are we going to go with this one? This is a very, very good question. We seem to have all the Tamiya paints here. Yeah, we're going to have to. So what I normally do is I'm kind of thinking a little bit ahead about the colours. There goes that light again. Hello, welcome back. Yeah. So we'll come back to that, but just want to sort of put it in the back of your mind about, where we're going to go with the colours. And I just thought I'd mention that now because, sort of working out which way we're going to do this. So back to page 5, I'm pretty sure this is why I mentioned that, because of all this small stuff here, which it kind of wants to put on now. There's some guns here and some other bits and pieces. Again, they're all the light stuff that we were just talking about. And it will be light this time and not dark. And I'm kind of happy about that, sort of moving away a little bit from the dark. So let's have a look at the next page. Well, here we have the next page. This is page 6, section 4. Now, I want to have a really good look at this for 1 minute because I think this is where I decided I'm going to make some changes. So, last time when we painted these, you'll remember that I had to do these sort of in strips and put paper all over them. What I want to do this time is, let's go to this last one here. I want to do one deck, a second deck, and the other deck. And I want to do them all separate. So I want to kind of make them, but I don't want to kind of glue them together. I'll just give you a close-up of that one, M1 there, talking about. So again, we've got kind of like, there's one deck up here, and then this one here. So this way, when we spray the floor and we spray the color, we can pretty much just turn it upside down, like I did with the Bismarck, I believe. Was it the Bismarck or the Hood? It was one of them. And we painted it upside down, and it left it very nice and left a very definition floor without all the tape and everything. So we're going to try something a little different on this one. So that's where we're at. So we can build these pieces here, but we don't want to glue them on if we can get away with it. That's where I'm going with all that. So I think just for now, we're going to leave the hole there. We will have to do some work on it later. Now, these ships will probably take, 5 weeks, 6 weeks to build. The other one took a good 6 weeks, something like that. And I suspect this one will take roughly the same, probably even a little longer. I am rather busy these days. So let's get the H2 out and all these other bits and pieces. Let's make a start on this section number 4. And there it is right there. You'll remember when I did the unboxing on this one, I wasn't sure if that was meant to be like that or it wasn't. Well, there it is in the packet. Let's open it up and have a bit of a look. You missed out on the openings yesterday of the other ones. Well, I did get it all, but clearly it was lost. So there's our plastics. Let's have a look at it just for a quick second. I got to tell you, that's pretty nice. That is really, really nice. Let's go in. Yeah, that's nice detail all the way around. Let's get that over there. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's look at the other side while we're at it. There's nice floor detail in there. Like, it's not super over the top, but yeah, it's pretty nice. This is going to be a nice ship when it's finished. Nice ladder work there, which will, be able to show that out. The holes there, we'll be able to blacken them out and sort of make them stand out. This is going to look pretty good. So let's get this one off. So this is, which one do we need? We need H2, and this is H2. That's this side here. Let's go out. Let's chop that one off. that one off. Let's put that one back in the box. Let's clean this one up as well. Yep, that's nice. Very good. And again, we just got to clean up some of these edges just here. Let's see if I can get that on. Yeah, see the little bit of edges there? Kind of a little bit of roughage. Try and get those out with a bit of 400. Got the old trusty 400 here. I like them when they're a little bit used. They kind of work just a little better, I think. And again, this is just the the molding is just, it's really nice. It's just a little bit over the top of the molding. And again, you want a nice model, you got to prepare them. So not by much, just all the edges. I pretty much just run my hand along it. If there's any there, I generally feel it. See, like that. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little bit there. So let's just take that off. And if it's not enough, we'll get the 200 out. Yeah, that's better. Clean it off with a bit of 400. That's it. It's nice. That's what I was after. Yeah, a little bit of that fluffy, fairy stuff to come off. Okay, so what I was saying, so this is now to be upside down like that, and it now wants us to get C2, C6, and F12. So we'll get on with that. Had to hunt down the old tape measure because I haven't marked any of these sprue kits out yet. They're still in their plastics of what numbers they are, and it makes it rather difficult. So what I'm going to quickly do, get these out, mark them up, and yeah, so I can get them ready. There's one. Here's the second one. It also gives us an opportunity to have a look at some of the detail on the rest of it. Like, yeah, this is really, really nice, this kit. The definition on some of this stuff is nice. There's some more structure there. The flues. Yeah, so far I really like this kit. I think this is going to be a good build. I don't want to jinx myself. Let's have a look at this piece here. Boats, bits and pieces. Yeah, let's get another piece out and have a quick look. I'll put that one that way. Here we've got the cannons out of the bag. Yeah, the what do they call that? The stamping or whatever it is. The molding. Yeah, it's very defined in all this. It's just, they just look good. And sometimes the camera doesn't do it justice, but you'll just have to take my word for it that it does. It's just it's a very clean set. Here is two more. Let's just take one off because that might be confusing trying to look through two. We've got some cranes there, some the boats. I mean, look at that boat. It's nice. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot what that was called. It was God, I can't remember. It will come to me when I'm doing the ship though. There's some of the guns. See if I can get that focus to go a little better. There we go. Even these little ones here, just, it's really, really nice. I mean, that. Whoa, check that out. Like, defined. Oh, come back. There we go. Yeah. What else we got in here that we can quickly see? Don't pick up the other side. Let's get another one out. This is probably the only piece I can clearly pick on. I mean, if one is straight and one is crooked, they're obviously meant to be straight. Probably when they first come out of the molding. We should be able to fix that, no problems. Let's see if I can get a better view of that one. Yeah, there. That's pretty light stuff. We'll be able to straighten that, no worries. It's just, yeah. That's all that I could knock on this kit. That's not really much. Now, the name tag was on here. 150th Royal Navy, and to believe it or not, I just asked Google what the Royal Navy was. I'm like, the Royal Navy? Yeah, and it is. It's part of the United Kingdom, but not HMS, if that's correct. I don't really know. If I'm wrong, someone please let me know. Looks like we have some more guns here. Nice amount of guns. Yeah. And again, the let's just look at it. Yeah, look how crisp that is. That's really, really nice. Yeah, this is going to be a nice kit. Well, there's the PE. It is a little more than the other one. What have we got here? Got some rails and stuff on here. So this is going to be, some of it, this stuff I recognise, and some of it I don't. So yeah, and we'll see how we go with this. These have got to go on, of course. I'm sure you recognise these from last time. They are the planes, and I will try to get the motor on the right way around this time. Sorry about that. Yeah, and they're out of scale again compared to the ship. These obviously, they pump these out. Oh, we'll have to see later on whether they're a bit cleaner than the last ones. The last ones were not very good. It's too hard to tell what these ones are like. I was just opening this one up for the floor. And I can tell you, as soon as I opened the bag, I went, oh, check that out. Like, seriously, that is nice. Like, look at the chains here. Let's get in even closer. Come on. No, you can do better than that. Let's go more. All right. Look at that. That's insane. That's really, really nice. And look how crisp it is. Oh, let's go out a bit too much. I've gone in a bit too much there. Let's try that instead. Yeah. This is nice. It really is. I'm sorry to sound a little bit enthusiastic, but yeah, I really like this already. I probably get a little bit enthusiastic about these ships. I just think they all look fantastic anyway. But when I see stuff like this, it's just next level. It really is. Well, last bit of floor up. It's not the last, but it's the last main piece. I just want to have a look at this side as well. It's not as spunky as the other side, but it's still rather nice. I mean, yeah, quite good. Let's see if we can fix that focus up a little bit. Here we go. How's that? I mean, if you were just to paint this would still come up nice. But I am glad we got the flooring for this one. I think this is going to look like a fantastic kit. Well, there's our first two G's off. I mean, they're only just meant to be on there just so I know which ones they are at a glance. It's not meant to be pretty. Our D sprue, our two F sprues. We have another two more G sprues. So we'll just quickly put G on this as well. So two more just here. One C sprue. And lucky last, we have our E sprue. One and the other side, just so that we can see it from both sides. There we go. So we needed F and C out. So we need C2 and C6. Where are they? C2 and C6. That'd be these two over here. Let's get them off. Okay, I just stopped myself there for a second from cutting the other one off. I was about to cut them both off and was looking at the plan, and I'm thinking, is there a right side or a wrong side? And I thought, yeah, let's not get too far ahead. So I'm just going to cut the one off, clean that up. The C6, so the C6 will go on this side with the door on it facing that way. So we want to kind of put that on there. So we'll clean this up and get it ready. Then, of course, we'll clean it up. And even as I'm doing this, I can just feel how much more flexible this plastic is. It is just a little more fragile, but it does look nice. So maybe it's the trade-off. Nice plastics, but they're a little weaker. That's okay. So this has a groove on this side. Yep, on this side and on this side. And it looks like these will slot into these pieces like this. If I get the groove right. just like that, and then we can glue that piece in, obviously with the door end up. This is why we're doing in one piece at a time. So let's glue that. So just while we're here, let's glue the inside of that one. So, you know, we don't have to worry about it too much. One there, a little bit on the back side down there, in the middle. Just do the edges, push it all the way down. And I suppose we could probably do the center too, but I'm just going to hang off for the center just for the moment. I just gave that another quick hit offline, and I'm also going to make sure it's up against each other this way, just in case, like the last floor we had a bend in it, there's no bend in it. So, but so far it looks pretty good. So we'll get the other piece off. So there it is off. Let's get it cleaned up. And again, it will be door up. So when you turn this around, the door will be down on the other side. And when we flip it over that way, the door is on the right way around. Not that you're going to really see it. Why does that matter? Yeah. That way there, the door's up. I don't know. You're going to put a back piece on this, so I don't know. Maybe there's something you see. I don't know. Let's glue that down. So those two are now on. Let's get the two F12s off. Well, there's our two F pieces, and again, I just can't explain to you enough of how crisp and nice that actually is. It's just an exceptional mold job. It really, really is. That's nice and clean. Now, so those little nubs have to go sticking up. So let's put them on that way. And they do look like they kind of go on like that. Sorry. They do kind of go on like that. It's got like a groove. Yeah, that looks like it fits there, right? And I think what we'll do is we'll just quickly glue them on like that. I'm just wondering if I can get that in the right light. It is evening and we are losing daylight very, very quickly these days. So yeah. There and across the bottom there, just like that. Hopefully it's not wicking through, and it's not. And we just want to, again, make sure that's sitting nicely, and we'll repeat that on the other one. So that's now glued, and just while I was at it, I mean, have a look at that. That's exceptional. Sorry to bang on about it, but it is nice. And while I was at it, I also glued inside of these pieces just in here as well, just to set them off. Now, that's saying now on still section 4 to turn that over. And this is where we got to kind of go, right, what are we after here? We're after B3 for the next floor, but we don't want to put this floor on if we can help it. Now, if it's part of this floor, then maybe. So we're going to, like I said, I don't really know until I actually sort of do it myself. But right now, pretty happy with that. Let's get the next piece out because we are nearing the end of this episode. We need B3. Well, that's interesting. That's a rather big piece, that B3. It's the only one that looks like that, so it's got to be it. And there it is there, B3. Let's quickly just chop that off. Okay. Let's get him out of there. And I do have to put a sticker on this one because I had a hard time finding it. Just like that. Okay. So while we're here, we've also got to clean up all these pieces here. And again, this is a round piece. So I want to just chop just slightly away from the round piece because I don't want to put a flat edge on it. Probably a little bit the same on that one. Slightly off on this one. Haven't had to use the micro lens yet, but maybe soon. There we go, and we'll clean that up. Well, there we have it. I think it's just about all done now. Just it does sound really easy, this plastic. You don't really need too much force. That's all done now. So that's saying that this would go on somehow like this. And this is what I was saying before about keeping the floor levels different. Because if I keep that off, I can paint that, the floor down this way. regardless that the nose here is going to be covered by a piece of plastic. And then once that is painted, I can then flip that this way, and I can obviously have my masking on there only on this side, and basically paint the camouflage the way I need it, without worrying about pulling up the floor or wishy-washing the two colours. I mean, look, the HMS Clean Livers, it came up nice, it really did. But I want to do a little better. And this is a nice kit, and I don't want to do it misjustice. So, just for now, we're not going to glue this stuff. We're just going to sort of sit it on there. And again, look at that fit. It's exceptionally well. Like, well done to these people for this kit. Let's get the other piece off, which is C31. And there is our C31. Let's quickly just bang that off very quickly. And then we'll clean it off once it's off. Okay, there's our piece off. Now, I do want to quickly adjust the zoom in on this, and I do know if I go full zoom, no, it should have been down a bit more that way. So it was supposed to be this way a little bit. Let's just get that right there, because I use this as roughly a marker where the... Okay, so we've got that piece off, and that obviously goes on there like that. And again, it's a nice fit. The only thing I knocked on it, there's part of the sprue was on the outside. I should buff that off actually. Hang on a second. I was just, I did it again. I had the camera off and I thought it was on. I just did a, see you later. Anyway, I was just talking about the fit on this, and I was saying I was going to have to be a little careful because of the way that it fits just here. And when I glue it on, it's just, this side's not so bad. It kind of, yeah, see that sits nice. You can put it in, but this side just a little off, but we can do that when we fix up the glue. So because I don't know what I actually missed, I'm going to have to quickly go through it, which is, instead of putting this on, we just want to keep this off so we can do the camo on this slightly different. I don't know why I'm having this problem with this camera with it being off and on. I do know it's voice activated. I might have to turn it back off. Anyway, we've got our pieces there. We've got our section structure sort of started. So let's call this episode here. And I hope you enjoyed this part and my enthusiasm with the plastics, just in case I've already said it. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.